All right, guys, so today we're gonna do a Tabata workout. So to do that, we're gonna do 20 seconds of planks and rest 10 seconds. 20 seconds of arm curls and then rest 10 seconds. 20 seconds of jump rope and rest 10 seconds. And then 20 seconds of push-ups and rest 10 seconds. So how many times have you gone to a gym or a gym class and you've heard something similar? Well, unfortunately, you're not really doing a Tabata workout. And that's exactly what we're gonna talk about today. My name's Garrett from Set for Set. And today we're going to talk about how you can create an actual Tabata workout. We're going to talk about what a Tabata workout is, what a Tabata workout isn't, mistakes that are commonly seen in Tabata workout, and what variables you need to pay attention to make sure you're doing a real Tabata workout so that you can receive optimal benefits. So let's first start talking about what is a Tabata workout and where did it come from? And you'll find out that the secret of Tabata is located in its history. So, back in 1996, there was an elite Olympic speed skating coach who we're just going to call Coach K because I'm going to butcher his name. And Coach K, he was basically looking to create an extremely effective yet extremely fast workout to improve the VO2 max of his athletes. And so Coach K, he goes and calls Dr. Tabata. Again, I'm not going to try to say his first name because I'll butcher it. So Coach K and Dr. Tabata started working together to create a new protocol for these Olympic speed skaters. And so they put together their ideas and then they ran an actual scientific study using the protocol that we use today known as Tabata. To be clear, even today, Dr. Tabata still says it was Coach K's idea, but regardless, that's what we have today. And so what the protocol consisted of was basically a ratio of 20 seconds of max effort followed by 10 seconds of rest. This was completed 8 different times, 8 different rounds, for a total of 4 minutes. And so they had one group of participants utilizing the Tabata protocol, while a second group of participants, they used a steady state protocol where they exercised at 60%, 70% VO2 max for 60 minutes. And this lasted for 6 weeks, training 5 days a week. And they found that after the 6 weeks, even though the Tabata group only trained for 1/15 of the time, they saw greater improvements in their VO2 max and anaerobic capacity. So how can that be? How can a protocol that's only 1/15 of the time result in better improvements? And so that answer lies in the extremely high intensity that was seen in the Tabata group. The Tabata group, during their 20 seconds of work, had to work at 170% of their VO2 max. That is an extremely high level of intensity. And again, it makes sense, right? The Tabata group is taking a 4-minute protocol and getting better results than 60 minutes. That doesn't come easy. And so for that to occur, the Tabata group had to work at such an extremely high intensity. And actually, this brings us to the first major problem when we see Tabata workouts done on YouTube or in fitness classes. And in fact, Dr. Tabata has even commented on this himself. And that is that when people perform a Tabata workout, all of the emphasis is put on the work-rest ratio of 20 seconds to 10 seconds, and little to no emphasis is placed on the intensity level. Going back to the beginning of the video, how many times have you done a plank or a core exercise in a Tabata workout? Do you think a plank is getting you up to 170% of your VO2 max? Is it getting it to 100%? When you do a stationary plank, the level of intensity is actually very low. I'm not saying planks don't work. I'm not saying planks don't increase your core stability, but they are not that demanding on your cardio system. And so that's the biggest mistake that's commonly seen in Tabata workouts, is that the intensity level just is not there. And that brings us to the second problem. The reason the intensity level is not there is because of poor exercise selection. In the original study, they used a cycle ergometer. A cycle ergometer is the perfect piece of equipment to use because you're able to push yourself extremely hard. When you think about cycling, it's just one continuous fluid repetition that you can keep pushing faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. However, like a lot of times when you go to a general fitness class or you have a PT trainer, they'll have you do a Tabata workout and they have you use exercises like push-up and squat and jump rope, and sometimes you'll even see like planks. The problem with bodyweight exercises is that they're very hard to do fast enough to elevate your VO2 max to an acceptable level. When you're talking about push-ups is a very challenging movement, especially for your general population. So if you go to a class and they just have everybody doing push-up, vast majority are unable to do them at an intense speed. When you start doing like planks And other core movements, those are even less intense. And again, these are great exercises, but they do not work well with Tabata workouts. Because again, the whole point of Tabata workout, elevate that heart rate. And then when you get into exercises like jump rope, it's very hard to go harder on the jump rope. Like once you get into a rhythm, because that's dependent on the rope and jumping over it, you can't really push harder. Even if you do double unders, if you've seen someone do double unders, they get into a very consistent rhythm and they just jump and go and go and go, which is great, but they're unable to press harder. And so this brings us to the third main mistake with Tabata workout. And that is the reason we're doing Tabata workout. One of the main reasons people do it is for fat loss. Well, interestingly enough, it is very difficult to find a study that actually looks at fat loss in a Tabata workout. The vast majority, including the original, they say nothing about body composition, nothing about caloric burn, and nothing about general fat loss. Because remember, the whole point of Tabata workout is to increase the VO2 max of athletes, and that's it. However, along the way, the fitness industry, and like with every other error in the fitness industry, found a study, they bastardize it, and they create it into something it's not and something it's not supposed to be. And so they make all these crazy claims about melting fat, burn 1,000 calories, and all sorts of crazy stuff. And that's just not true. And in fact, this same claim is made about various other forms of HIIT training, high intensity interval training. And then the studies don't really show this to be the case. For example, there was one study where they weren't doing Tabata, they were doing a HIIT style workout. And they had a HIIT style workout versus a moderate intensity steady state workout. And at the end of that study, the moderate intensity group actually saw better improvements in their body comp. There was one study that used Tabata workout, and they used it with youth, and they basically had 3 groups: underweight, healthy weight, and overweight. The Tabata workout only improved the body composition of the overweight group, which is awesome. That's wonderful. But in reality, just about anything will improve the body composition of an overweight sedentary population. And so one of the few studies that actually did look at caloric burn was put out by ACE. And what they had actually done is they put 4 Tabata workouts back to back. And in that they used 16 different exercises. So the total length of workout time was 20 minutes. And they burned between 240 and 360 calories in 20 minutes. There was another study that was put out. They used only squat jumps. And after one Tabata session of 4 minutes, they burned 54 calories. So if you were to stack 4 or 5 on top of each other, you'd be in that same range of 200 to 300 calories in 20 minutes or so. There's a lot of nuance to get in with that. One, when you're putting 4 together, you're not really doing a Tabata workout. I find it very difficult for someone to actually do a true Tabata back to back to back to back. And again, you are working very intense. And so if you're doing any sorts of high intensity interval training for a prolonged period of time, you will burn calories. And so now it's getting to semantics and stuff like that. We don't want to go too far down that road. But the other thing to consider is people like to say, burn so many calories in 4 minutes. What they neglect is that you need to warm up quite a bit before you can do a Tabata workout or any type of HIIT, because you're working at such a high intensity. You can't just go into a gym 4 minutes, bust your ass, and then leave, right? You need to go and you need to warm up extensively. Just keep in mind when you hear numbers like, 4-minute workout, 10-minute workout, you got a good 20 minutes, 15 minutes of warming up before you start the actual workout. And so all that being said, Tabata workouts can still be very effective, whether it's just to improve your overall fitness, you're still gonna burn calories, and it's very quick. And so now we want to go through what you need to include to have the best workout possible. The very first thing you need to consider is if high intensity training is even appropriate for your fitness level. As we spoke earlier with the moderate intensity group, they actually had better results in their body composition. And so you might be better off getting on a treadmill and just walking on a steep incline. And so if you can't complete 1 round of a Tabata workout at a relatively high intensity, you might be better off performing a different type of training. And so assuming you are, the first thing that would be very beneficial is if you were to get some sort of heart rate monitor so that you can actually see the level of intensity. While you're probably not going to be able to get up to 170% VO2 max, which is extremely high, ideally you're going to want to at least be above 85% of your heart rate, ideally 90 or 95. To get this high level of heart rate, you need to choose the correct exercise. Your best bet is probably going to be some sort of cycle, whether it's a stationary bike or even a real bike. It's a very simple motion that allows you to push yourself to extreme levels. Plus, you're able to adjust the intensity level. Other great exercises would be sled work, but use a load that allows you to run with it. Sprinting is another great choice. The one downside of sprinting is injury or overuse. Because again, you're running at such high speeds. If you're not a trained runner, you could possibly injure yourself. Another great exercise is shadow boxing. It has been found to elicit very high heart rate level. We need to remember that the one study that actually did look at calories just used simple squat jumps. And then the last exercise we would recommend is simple burpees. However, for squat jumps and burpees, you need to make sure that you have the fitness level to do them at a high enough intensity to reach a high heart rate. Again, your best bet's going to be some sort of cycle ergometer. Also, even more important is you only need one exercise. So if you find that sprinting is really good for you, you only need to use sprinting. There's absolutely no need to choose 4 different exercises. Remember, the main goal in a Tabata workout is to use an exercise that allows you to push yourself really, really hard. So to sum it up, if you are going to do a Tabata workout, choose one exercise. It's simple for you to do and allows you to really push yourself so that you can reach a very high heart rate. Again, ideally it's 90-95%. Above 85% would be fine. But again, remember that a Tabata workout isn't really made for fat loss. It can definitely work. It can definitely help burn calories. But you're much better off using your diet to control your calories and use Tabata workout to improve your overall fitness levels. But that's it, guys. There's no magic bullet. And when it comes to improving your body comp, it just takes time and dedication. Let us know if you have any other questions. And with that, I'll see you next time.